What if the secret to a better life wasn't about achieving more, but about thinking differently? Every day, we face distractions, challenges, and uncertainties that pull us in 100 directions. Stress mounts, frustrations grow, and it's easy to feel like we're constantly reacting instead of living with purpose. But what if we could change that? Stoicism, a philosophy born over 2,000 years ago, offers a timeless guide for creating a life of clarity, resilience, and meaning. Not by changing the world around us, but by mastering our own thoughts and actions. In this video, we'll explore 10 simple daily practices inspired by Stoic wisdom that can transform the way you live, helping you cultivate inner peace, discipline, and a deeper sense of fulfillment. These aren't abstract ideas, they're practical steps you can start using today to take control of your mindset and your life. Let's dive in. Number 1, start your day with purpose. The way we begin our day sets the tone for everything that follows. In the rush of modern life, it's easy to hit the snooze button, scroll through our phones, and dive straight into the chaos of work or daily tasks. But by starting the day with purpose, we ground ourselves in intention and clarity, giving ourselves a solid foundation from which to face whatever comes our way. Marcus Aurelius, one of the most revered Stoic philosophers and Roman emperors, reminds us that the happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts. This statement speaks directly to the power of intentionality. If we begin our day with a sense of purpose, focused on what truly matters, we have already set ourselves up for success. This doesn't mean the day will be free of challenges, but by choosing to direct our thoughts toward what we can control, we ensure that our mindset is in alignment with our values. Starting the day with purpose means not just reacting to the world around us, but proactively shaping our response. It could be as simple as taking a few moments each morning to reflect on your core values, or setting an intention for how you want to engage with the day. For example, if you value patience, you might remind yourself that today is an opportunity to practice calmness and composure, even in stressful situations. If you value productivity, you could focus on accomplishing the most important tasks early, setting the tone for a productive day ahead. This practice can be enhanced by a few simple rituals. You might begin your day with a short meditation, focusing on the breath and setting an intention for the day. Or you could keep a morning journal where you reflect on what you're grateful for and what your goals are for the day. The key is to take a moment for yourself, away from distractions, to center your thoughts and energy. By cultivating the habit of starting the day with purpose, we remind ourselves that we are in charge of how we respond to life's circumstances. Stoicism teaches us that we cannot control the events that happen to us, but we can always control how we approach them. When we begin our days with clarity and purpose, we are better equipped to face whatever comes our way, knowing that we have the inner strength to respond with wisdom. Number 2, practice gratitude every morning. Gratitude is one of the simplest yet most powerful Stoic practices. In the rush of modern life, we often take for granted the things that bring us joy and fulfillment. We get caught up in our desires for more success, more possessions, more recognition. without taking a moment to appreciate the abundance already present in our lives. Practicing gratitude helps us shift our focus from what we lack to what we have, bringing a sense of peace and contentment. Marcus Aurelius, in his Meditations, begins many of his reflections with an acknowledgement of the blessings in his life. He writes, "When you arise in the morning, think of what a privilege it is to be alive, to think, to enjoy, to love." This reminder calls us to appreciate the gift of life itself. In a world where we are constantly bombarded with external demands and expectations, it's easy to forget how fortunate we are to simply exist. We often overlook the small blessings, the ability to think, to connect with others, to enjoy moments of beauty or peace. Gratitude, according to Stoicism, isn't just about acknowledging what is going well, but also recognizing the value in the challenges and struggles we face. The Stoics believed that hardship is an inevitable part of life, but also an opportunity for growth. Even in difficult times, there is always something to be grateful for. Whether it's the strength we gain from overcoming adversity or the lessons we learn through hardship. In practical terms, gratitude can be woven into your daily routine by taking a moment each morning to reflect on what you are grateful for. This could involve listing 3 things you appreciate, whether it's your health, the support of loved ones, or the simple fact that you have another day to live and grow. By focusing on what you already have, you create a mindset of abundance rather than scarcity. You move away from the anxiety of chasing more and instead cultivate contentment with what is. Gratitude also encourages us to appreciate the present moment. In our fast-paced world, it's easy to get caught up in planning for the future or worrying about the past. But Stoicism teaches us to focus on the here and now, recognizing that today is a gift. Gratitude helps us stay rooted in the present, appreciating each moment as it comes. By making gratitude a daily practice, we not only enhance our mental and emotional well-being, but also align ourselves with the Stoic principle of living in harmony with nature. Nature has provided us with everything we need to live a good life, and by expressing gratitude, we acknowledge this interconnectedness and honor the wisdom of the Stoics. Number 3, embrace challenges as opportunities. In the course of our lives, we are bound to face obstacles and difficulties. It's part of the human experience. But it's not the challenges themselves that define us. It's how we respond to them. Stoicism teaches us to view challenges as opportunities for growth and self-improvement. The Stoic philosopher Marcus Aurelius once wrote, "The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way." This powerful quote reminds us that obstacles are not to be avoided or feared. Rather, they should be seen as a way to practice resilience and strength. In today's world, challenges can often feel overwhelming. Whether it's dealing with a difficult coworker, managing personal setbacks, or facing economic uncertainty, it's easy to see problems as insurmountable. But when we adopt a Stoic perspective, we realize that every challenge is a chance to practice virtues like patience, courage, and wisdom. For example, if you're stuck in traffic and running late for an important meeting, instead of feeling angry and frustrated, you can use that time to reflect. Recognize that the situation is beyond your control, but your reaction to it is not. You can take a few deep breaths, focus on staying calm, and even use the moment to mentally prepare for the meeting ahead. This shift in perspective not only helps you manage the situation better, but also allows you to grow in the face of adversity. Challenges also provide an opportunity to improve our problem-solving skills. The Stoics believed that hardship builds character. When we face difficulties with grace and perseverance, we develop the mental strength to handle even greater challenges in the future. By adopting this mindset, we can transform obstacles into stepping stones toward a more resilient and purposeful life. Number 4, control your reactions to external events. In life, we are constantly confronted with external events, some of which are within our control and some of which are not. Stoicism teaches us that while we can't always control what happens to us, we always have control over how we react. This is one of the most powerful aspects of Stoic philosophy. As Epictetus said, "We are more often frightened than hurt, and we suffer more in imagination than in reality." This quote speaks to the fact that our emotional suffering is often a result of how we interpret and react to events, rather than the events themselves. Modern life is filled with external stresses, an unexpected bill, a disagreement with a friend, or an unforeseen change in our plans. These things are inevitable, and they can trigger strong emotional reactions. However, Stoicism teaches us that we can train ourselves to detach from our immediate emotional responses and choose a more measured approach. The key lies in distinguishing between what we can control, our thoughts and reactions, and what we cannot. Take, for example, receiving negative feedback at work. Initially, you may feel defensive or upset, but a Stoic approach would be to pause, breathe, and reflect. Instead of reacting impulsively, consider the feedback objectively. Is there a way to learn from it? Can it help you grow professionally? The ability to control your reaction and choose a constructive path is a powerful skill that can lead to greater emotional stability and success in all areas of life. By focusing on controlling our reactions, we regain a sense of autonomy over our emotional state. The world around us is unpredictable, but our response to it is always within our control. This perspective allows us to maintain inner peace, no matter what external circumstances arise. Number 5, live according to nature. Stoicism teaches us to live in accordance with nature, which means living in harmony with our true selves, our values, and the world around us. Epictetus once wrote, "Live according to nature, and remember that nature is not in a hurry, yet everything is accomplished." This quote reminds us that nature operates in its own time, and we should align ourselves with that natural flow, rather than rushing or forcing things. In today's fast-paced, achievement-driven world, we often feel pressured to do more, achieve more, and accelerate our progress. But Stoicism invites us to slow down and embrace the natural rhythms of life. Nature moves at its own pace, and everything unfolds in its proper time. By living according to nature, we learn to accept that some things take time, and that effort, patience, and persistence are the keys to long-term success. For instance, when pursuing a personal goal, whether it's fitness, learning a new skill, or advancing in your career, it's easy to become impatient with the process. We want quick results, but nature teaches us that growth takes time. Just as a tree does not rush to grow, we too must allow ourselves the time and space to develop. By accepting this natural pace, we avoid unnecessary frustration and set ourselves up for sustainable success. Living according to nature also involves understanding and accepting our own nature as human beings. We are not infallible. We have limitations and vulnerabilities. Accepting this allows us to focus on what we can control and let go of what we cannot. Instead of fighting against our circumstances, we work with them, aligning ourselves with the flow of life rather than resisting it. Number 6, focus on what you can control. In our fast-paced, often chaotic world, it's easy to get caught up in the things that we have no power over. Whether it's global events, the actions of others, or unforeseen circumstances, we are constantly confronted with situations outside our control. Stoicism teaches us that the key to inner peace and emotional resilience is learning to focus solely on what we can control. As Epictetus wisely said, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." This perspective is liberating. It shifts our focus away from external events, which are often beyond our influence, and redirects our energy toward our own actions and responses. The Stoic approach encourages us to ask ourselves, what can I control here? When we face a challenging situation, such as a difficult project at work or a conflict with a friend, we can't control how others behave or the external outcome. But we can control how we prepare, how we respond, and how we choose to move forward. Take, for example, a situation where you're working hard on a project, but your team members aren't pulling their weight. It's easy to feel frustrated and let that frustration affect your performance. However, by focusing on what you can control, your own work ethic, attitude, and communication, you free yourself from the burden of trying to control others. You might not be able to change their behavior, but you can set a positive example and find ways to manage the situation that align with your values. When we focus on what we can control, we stop wasting energy on things we cannot change. This not only reduces stress and anxiety, but also empowers us to take ownership of our actions. It allows us to live with greater purpose and clarity, knowing that our peace of mind is not contingent upon the uncontrollable aspects of life. Number 7, set clear, intentional goals. Setting goals is an essential part of leading a meaningful life, but the Stoics encourage us to go a step further by making sure our goals are aligned with virtue and wisdom. Seneca, a Stoic philosopher, famously said, "If a man knows not to which port he sails, no wind is favorable." This quote speaks to the importance of setting clear and intentional goals. Without a defined direction, we can easily become lost in the hustle and bustle of daily life, reacting to circumstances rather than actively shaping our own journey. In modern life, goal setting is often viewed as a way to accumulate wealth, status, or success. While these external achievements can be valuable, Stoicism teaches us to prioritize goals that contribute to our inner growth and moral development. Setting intentional goals is not about simply accomplishing tasks. It's about ensuring that those tasks align with our values and contribute to our greater purpose in life. For instance, you might have the goal of advancing in your career, but a Stoic approach would encourage you to ask, why do I want this? Is it for personal growth, for contributing to society, or simply for external validation. By setting goals with a deeper sense of purpose, you align your actions with your true self and cultivate a life that is not only productive, but also virtuous. Intentional goal setting also helps us avoid the trap of becoming distracted by what others expect of us. In a world that constantly demands our attention, it's easy to lose sight of what truly matters. By setting clear, meaningful goals, we can resist the pull of distractions and focus on what is most important to us. This process of setting and pursuing intentional goals is a form of self-discipline that reinforces our Stoic commitment to living a life of purpose. Number 8. Practice self-discipline and control. Self-discipline is one of the core virtues in Stoicism, and it is closely tied to the concept of inner freedom. The Stoic philosopher Epictetus once said, "No man is free who is not master of himself." This quote underscores the idea that true freedom does not come from external circumstances or possessions, but from our ability to control our impulses and desires. In a world filled with instant gratification, consumerism, and distractions, practicing self-discipline is more important than ever. In modern life, we are constantly bombarded with temptations, from social media notifications to unhealthy food choices to the desire to procrastinate. The Stoics understood that these distractions can pull us away from our higher purpose. Practicing self-discipline is about developing the ability to say no to short-term pleasures in favor of long-term growth and well-being. For example, if you're trying to improve your health, self-discipline might mean resisting the temptation to indulge in unhealthy foods or procrastinate on exercise. Instead, you commit to a routine that aligns with your goals, even when it feels difficult. This act of self-control is a form of personal freedom, as it empowers you to choose what is best for your future self rather than being led by fleeting desires. Self-discipline also extends to our mental and emotional habits. The Stoics believed that we can train our minds to respond rationally and virtuously to external events. When we practice self-discipline, we learn to master our thoughts, emotions, and reactions. Instead of reacting impulsively in stressful situations, we pause, reflect, and choose a response that aligns with our values. Over time, this practice strengthens our character and builds our resilience, enabling us to navigate life's challenges with greater wisdom and composure. By cultivating self-discipline, we create a sense of inner order that allows us to live in harmony with our values and pursue a life of virtue. It is the foundation upon which all other Stoic practices rest, as it enables us to remain focused on our goals, control our impulses, and act with integrity, no matter what life throws our way. Number 9. Keep a calm mind in adversity. In the face of adversity, it is easy to be swept up by strong emotions such as anger, frustration, and fear. Whether it's dealing with a personal setback, a difficult colleague, or a sudden crisis, the natural reaction is often to panic or to allow emotions to take over. However, Stoicism teaches us to remain calm and composed, regardless of the external circumstances. As Marcus Aurelius wisely wrote, "How much time he gains who does not look to see what his neighbor is doing or his neighbor's wife." This quote serves as a reminder to avoid being drawn into unnecessary distractions and emotional turbulence caused by external events. The Stoics understood that we cannot always control the events that happen to us, but we can control how we respond to them. Keeping a calm mind in the midst of adversity requires practice and self-awareness. It involves pausing before reacting, taking a step back, and choosing a response that aligns with our values and long-term goals. Instead of reacting impulsively with anger or frustration, we can respond with patience, rationality, and understanding. For example, imagine you're caught in a heated argument with a colleague. Instead of getting defensive or raising your voice, a Stoic approach would be to pause and consider the bigger picture. Is this argument worth your energy? What can you learn from the situation? By maintaining your calm, you not only protect your own peace of mind, but also demonstrate emotional maturity and wisdom. Keeping a calm mind in adversity also involves practicing acceptance. In life, we are bound to face challenges and difficult times. Instead of resisting these moments, Stoicism encourages us to accept them as part of the natural course of life. By embracing adversity with a calm and open mind, we allow ourselves to grow stronger and wiser through our experiences. The key is not to avoid adversity, but to face it with grace, knowing that it is an opportunity for personal growth and development. Number 10, reflect and learn from your day. At the end of each day, it's essential to take a moment to reflect on what we've done, how we've acted, and what we've learned. This practice of self-reflection is a cornerstone of Stoic philosophy. Marcus Aurelius, in his Meditations, regularly reminds himself to evaluate his actions and thoughts, asking himself how he can improve and where he can grow. One of his most powerful reflections is, "Waste no more time arguing about what a good man should be. Be one." This simple yet profound statement underscores the importance of taking action and continuously striving to live in accordance with virtue. At the close of the day, reflection gives us the opportunity to learn from our experiences, identify areas where we can improve, and celebrate the progress we've made. It's not about self-criticism or dwelling on mistakes, but about using our daily experiences as stepping stones toward greater self-awareness and personal growth. Each day is a chance to refine our character and align more closely with our values. Take a few moments each evening to ask yourself, what did I do well today? Where could I have acted differently? Did I live according to my values? By reviewing your actions and intentions, you gain valuable insights into how to live more mindfully and in alignment with Stoic principles. This practice of daily reflection allows us to take ownership of our actions, learn from our mistakes, and strive for continuous improvement. Reflection also helps us to detach from the chaos of the day and regain perspective. In the rush of daily life, it's easy to get lost in the noise of external demands and forget about our deeper purpose. By making time for reflection, we reconnect with our values and remember what truly matters. It's an essential practice for anyone seeking to live a life of meaning, purpose, and virtue. Stoicism offers a powerful framework for living a fulfilling and meaningful life, even in the face of modern challenges. By applying the timeless wisdom of the Stoics, we can cultivate inner peace, resilience, and wisdom in our daily lives. The 10 practices we've explored, from starting the day with purpose and embracing challenges as opportunities to reflecting on our actions and keeping a calm mind in adversity, are not just abstract ideas. They are practical tools we can use to navigate the complexities of modern life. Each of these practices, when integrated into our daily routines, allows us to respond to life's challenges with greater clarity, composure, and purpose. They remind us that while we cannot control the external world, we always have the power to control our thoughts, our actions, and our reactions. Stoicism teaches us that true freedom comes not from the outside world, but from within, from our ability to live in harmony with our values and to act with wisdom, courage, and integrity. By embracing Stoic practices, we can transform our daily lives into a continuous journey of growth and self-improvement. Each day offers a new opportunity to live with intention, to reflect on our actions, and to cultivate a deeper sense of peace and fulfillment. As we continue to apply Stoicism in our modern world, we unlock the potential for a life of greater meaning, purpose, and tranquility. If you found this video helpful, please like and share it to spread the wisdom of Stoic philosophy. Don't forget to subscribe so you won't miss future videos on Stoic living and personal growth. Thank you for watching, and I wish you strength on your journey.